Welcome to Rock Solid Productions, where in this video we are going to discuss the newly announced Sony PlayStation Classic Edition and why I think it actually might be pretty cool. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Gary here with Rock Solid Productions. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. You're catching me on my lunch break here as we go run to grab something that might be a little freaky fast after we just left, well, this place here. I know that might disappoint some, that might, might be meh for others. Basically, I just went and pre-ordered my PlayStation Classic Edition that Sony just announced last night, mere hours after Nintendo just launched their Nintendo Online services. I think that timing is absolutely deliberate, and it's kind of a bit ingenious too. So basically what we know so far is not a whole lot. We have the launch date. It is going to be the exact same day that the PlayStation originally launched in the US. It's going to be December the 3rd, 2018. It's going to be $99, and it's exactly, a perfect scaled down replica of the original PlayStation. Now, what we do know as well is that it is going to come with 2 controllers, an HDMI cable, and it is going to include a USB power cord. It'll be interesting to see if this is going to be hackable just like the NES Classics were or not. Sony has been hit and miss when it comes to that sort of thing on their consoles. Look at the PSP. People hack that thing like crazy, but I don't think that later consoles were able to be hacked quite as easily. We are getting word that it is going to come with 20 games, only 5 of which have been announced so far. There's Ridge Racer, there's Final Fantasy, there's 3 others that I will tell you, at least initially, weren't that memorable to me. So we'll be interested to see what that actually comes with. One thing, and Smash JT pointed this out on a video of his, to which I'll have linked down below in the pinned comment and the comment section as well, is it does not come with an AC power adapter. And I know for some that's going to be frustrating. I'm perfectly fine with this. In fact, I would prefer, give me something else besides another power brick. I have so many already. I never use the ones from my NES Classic or my Super NES Classic. My Famicom and my Super Famicom Classic didn't come with them. I'm okay with that. I like using the distribution blocks that I've demonstrated in the past that you can use to really help clean everything up. So I'm okay with no power brick. Others may not be. Comes with 2 controllers, and they are not the DualShock controllers. They are the original PlayStation controllers, and that just means that later on down the road there's going to be probably a DualShock controller available for purchase separately if the games support it. I think a lot of it will be determined by what games come with the system, as far as if you'll even need it or not. For a game like Ridge Racer, I would like to have it, but I don't know that Ridge Racer 4 really supported the analog sticks. Also for other games, such as like Crash Bandicoot, I actually preferred the original PlayStation controller over the DualShock, so there's that. It will have save states on it, no external memory cards needed. Unlike, coming up to some train tracks, so I apologize, a little rough there. It does have, more of the traditional PlayStation style connector for going into the system itself. So I do like that aesthetically it will be closer to what the original PlayStation was than what Nintendo has done with utilizing the Wii Remote style connector on the NES Classic and the Super NES Classic. Why am I making all these comparisons to the NES and Super NES Classic? Because they're the obvious comparisons to make. I think a lot is going to, and the success of this is going to be determined by what the launch titles, well, it's not even launch titles, what the preloaded games are going to be. And I think one of the reasons why Sony has only given us 5, those are the 5 that'll probably be available regardless of your region. So I think that's important to note. Just like Nintendo had different games available for the NTSC US versions, for the PAL versions, and for the Japanese versions, I think you're going to get different games loaded depending on the area that you live and order your PlayStation Classic Edition from. Let's talk about the naming too. It's very deliberate. I don't know that I'll go so far as to call it a rip-off of the NES Classic Edition, but it is something that Sony and PlayStation have done before. They've had PlayStation Classics as far as just compilations of games available for years. Overall, I think it is an awesome looking package. The PlayStation can be emulated rather easily. I think the price is a little bit on the high side. It's $99.99, $20 more than what the Super NES Classic is, and $40 more than what the NES Classic is. Now, the NES Classic only came with 1 controller, so keep in mind you are getting 2 controllers right out of the box with the PlayStation Classic Edition. I'm looking forward to it. I really want to know what the other 15 games are going to be. Let's talk about the aesthetics of the system itself as we pull in and park here. So you have your 2 controller ports on the top of the system. You have your power and reset buttons on the left-hand side. On the right-hand, well, you have your power reset, and then you have your eject buttons. And my understanding is when you tap the eject button, that's going to take you to the next game in the menu system. So they haven't released any information, any screenshots, any videos of the menu, which I think is going to be important. You need to have a good graphical user interface. Sony has done really well with the, every system that they've released to this point, quite honestly. So I'm hoping that they have the same sort of look and feel that the original PlayStation had back 23 odd years ago. I think we're at this point. I think it came out in it did come out in 1995, so this is the 23rd anniversary of the PlayStation. Like I said, I've already pre-ordered mine. So far, GameStop and Best Buy are the only 2 stores that have it available for pre-order. I was kind of hoping to be able to pre-order from Target because I can save 5% using my Target Red card or debit or credit card. Sam's Club would give me a savings probably. Best Buy has it, like I mentioned, but I don't have any Reward Zone certificates. Otherwise, I would have pre-ordered through there. So I would assume that it'll hit Amazon soon. As soon as it does, I'll have a link down below here where you guys can pre-order. And if you order it through that link, it doesn't cost you, it doesn't save you, but it does help the channel out. So that is what we know initially about the PlayStation Classic Edition. I'm sure that we're going to do a lot more as more information comes out. Also kind of surprising, the same day that Nintendo Online finally launches, we get the announcement of the PlayStation Classic Edition, and we also get word that Sega has delayed their Mega Drive Genesis Classic Edition to 2019, and they have separated from AtGames as far as their vendors. So interesting timing for all of this going down. But let me know what you think. Are you excited for the PlayStation Classic Edition to hit? Let me know down in the comments below. You can also go ahead, if you have any questions, and I'll fill you in as I find more information out too. You can always send me an email at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. Hit me up on Twitter at RockSolidStudios, or we've always got the conversation going over on our Facebook page at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions. If you want, you can also go ahead and support the channel in a number of different ways. You can visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/RockSolid. For as little as $1 a month, you get early access to all of our video content, exclusive one-on-ones with me, and you even get to suggest future videos. And then finally, you can also go to our Teespring store, linked on screen right now and down below in a pinned comment, where you can get t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, and a whole lot more to help support Rock Solid Productions. So I am Gary. Oh, one other thing, again, like I said at the beginning of this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That way each and every time we do come out with new content, including content with unboxings and reviews of the Sony PlayStation Classic Edition. We're going to do both here on the channel. That way, if you're subscribed, you're kept most up in the know. And then, especially if you hit that bell notification, you join the notification squad, and you get little alerts through email, on your phone, on your tablet, whatever your mobile device of choice might be when we do upload new videos. So I am Gary. This has been Rock Solid Productions, where Sony drops a bombshell talking about the PlayStation Classic Edition launching on December the 3rd. December the 3rd, verified on the on my receipt here. $99.99 comes with the system, 2 controllers, an HDMI cable, and a power cable to get you up and running. I am Gary. This has been Rock Solid Productions. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.